What's up, everyone? Arji back in effect in the building, aka the leaner, aka the merrymaker, aka your teacher and poet and songwriter for today. In today's session, we're talking about something I love to talk about. We're talking about our hands and all the things our hands do. Our hands might be the hands that dig a hole. Our hands are the hands that hit a tennis racket. Our hands are the hands that draw a painting so beautiful it brings tears to an audience's eyes. These are our hands, and they can tell a story. And today we're going to create a story about all the things that you have done with your hands. And before we do that, I like to come up with ideas through listening to some people who have thought about hands before. I want to introduce you to a guy named Bill Withers. Now, unfortunately, Bill Withers is not with us anymore, but he's got a song called Grandma's Hands. You can listen to it now. Click on it. Go on YouTube, type Bill Withers Grandma's Hands, and you'll find a beautiful song that Bill Withers said was the most important song that he's ever sung. The reason why it was the most important, because it was about someone he loves. I've printed out just some of the lyrics from the first verse, so you can listen to it first and then listen to these. He says, Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Now, it sounds a lot better when Bill Withers sings it, I'm not going to lie. But Bill Withers does an amazing job on opening up the character of his grandma through thinking about what she did with her hands. His grandma was an amazing person, and she lived in a time where it was really difficult for black people. She lived in a time where religion was a big part in his life, and he managed to capture all that in the lyrics of Grandma's Hands. He's not the only person interested in hands. Let's take a trip across the pond, as they say, to the UK, where a poet named Michael Rosen is. And Michael Rosen wanted to write a poem dedicated to all the doctors and nurses in the NHS. So he thought, I'll use the vehicle of the hands to describe all the great things that the doctors and nurses and key workers do. So he wrote a poem. I'm just going to read some of it. It goes like this. These are the hands that touch us first, feel your head and find the pulse and make your bed. These are the hands that tap your back, test the skin, hold your arm, wheel the bin, change the bulb, fix the drip, pour the jug, replace your hip. That's just half the poem that Michael Rosen wrote to the nurses and doctors of the NHS. And it's all the things that they do with their hands. I want you to think about your hands. Think about all the stuff that you're so proud of that you've done with your hands. And let's try and create a song or a poem using that idea. I've written out this little structure for you. At the top, it's got the title. It says, These Hands. Underneath, it says, These are the hands that, and it leaves a big space. Then it does that again. These are the hands that, it leaves a big space. The same again, and then right at the end, these hands, and then a space. Today, we're going to talk about all the things that could fill the space. The first thing I'm going to ask you is to think about, what do you do in your life daily with your hands? Something you do every day. That could be, these are the hands that eat bacon and eggs in the morning. It could be, these are the hands that brush my teeth, that wash my face, that wake me up. I think I'm going to put that one down. I'll say, these are the hands that brush my teeth, wash my face, wake me up. Great. So we've got that first line. Time to write yours. You can pause it here if you want to take some time to think about it. The next thing we're going to think about is something you've done with your hands that you're really proud of. For example, these are the hands that held up a trophy when I came best at 100 meters. I didn't come best at 100 meters. I'm just imagining. But you might have done that. Or you might say, these are the hands that cooked my mum's stew. Something that you're really proud of. I'm going to put, these are the hands that battled and wrote a poem a day, every day. You can take your time now by pausing this video to think about what's something you've done with your hands that you're very proud of. The next one we're going to think about is something you've done with your hands that has been really difficult. Something that's perhaps is a little bit deep inside and can be quite hurtful to talk about or to think about. But sometimes I like to put those in poems because it's a way of giving life to something quite sad, making something beautiful of something quite miserable. I'm going to talk about the time when I said goodbye to an uncle. So I'll say that. These are the hands that held my uncle as he passed away. These are the hands that held my uncle as he passed away. So take some time now to think about something you might have done with your hands that wasn't easy to do. Something that really it took a lot to do. It took your strength and it took your resilience. Write that down now. Finally, we're going to think about the future. What do you want to do with your hands in the future? Are those hands going to be the hands that paint the next Mona Lisa? Those were strange examples. I'm sure yours will be a lot better. I'm going to say these are the hands that will go on leading people as one. Finally, I've got at the end these hands, and then I've got a space. For me, I'll think of some way I can close these poems up. So in this example, I'm going to say, these hands are mine and mine to love. And so ends my poem. It goes, these are the hands that brush my teeth, wash my face, wake me up. These are the hands that battled and wrote a day every day. These are the hands that held my uncle as he passed away. These are the hands that will go on leading people as one, because these hands are mine and mine to love. Great. So you can write your hands poem. And remember, after you've finished it, you might want to edit out any words you don't like. You might want to edit out any words that are holding your poem back. Scribble ideas down, edit and define it until it's the best hands poem it can be. Enjoy yourself. Goodbye.